It was the moment no one saw coming. The voice that had remained silent for years finally spoke. And when she did, everything changed. Before we dive into the full confession and the untold truth behind Dylan Wang's rise, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because stories like these don't come around often. Now, let's rewind the clock. Dylan Wang, charismatic, talented, and effortlessly charming. A face that became a global sensation, especially after his breakout role in Meteor Garden. The world knew him as the boy next door, the heartthrob, the actor with the captivating smile and quiet intensity. But while fans across Asia and beyond swooned over the rising star, few realized just how complex the story behind the scenes truly was. For years, Dylan kept his private life locked away, never letting anyone in too deep. Interviews were carefully measured. Mentions of family, minimal. Photos of his parents, practically non-existent. And while fans speculated, the truth remained just that, speculation. Until now. In a rare and emotionally raw moment, Dylan Wang's mother finally stepped into the spotlight. Her voice, soft, deliberate, and unmistakably shaken, was not seeking fame, nor was it seeking redemption. It was, in her words, simply time to speak the truth. So what prompted this sudden confession? And what did she reveal that left fans stunned, media in a frenzy, and even Dylan himself uncharacteristically silent? The confession began with a whisper of pain. He was never supposed to be famous, she admitted. That was never the plan. Not for him, not for us. Dylan, born Wang Hedi in Leshon, Sichuan, was an only child. His parents, working class and deeply private, held traditional values close to their hearts. His father worked long hours, and his mother, until recently unknown to the public, quietly raised him in a modest apartment tucked away from the noise of the world. He was always a quiet boy, she recalled. Not shy, but reflective. He noticed everything. And he felt more than he ever let on. As she spoke, it became clear, behind Dylan's public persona was a childhood marked by quiet pressure, unspoken trauma, and a deep yearning for approval. His mother revealed the untold story of a family struggling with financial instability, marital tension, and personal sacrifice, all hidden from the cameras, from the fan forums, from the world. "We had nothing," she said, her voice trembling. But he always smiled. Even when the lights went out in winter. Even when we couldn't afford school books. She described a pivotal moment, one that changed the trajectory of Dylan's life forever. He had been just 17, struggling through flight attendant school, unsure of his path. His father had wanted him to pursue a more respectable career, something stable. But Dylan, despite his quiet nature, had always been drawn to performance, to expression. He used to watch old drummers late at night, she recalled, and I'd catch him mimicking the lines, whispering them under his breath. That's when I knew he wasn't meant for a life behind the curtain. But the confession didn't stop there. Because what came next wasn't just about Dylan's dreams, it was about what he had to give up to chase them. His mother revealed, for the first time, that Dylan's decision to enter the entertainment industry came at a heavy cost, his relationship with his father. There were words exchanged, she said quietly. Words that hurt. His father didn't speak to him for nearly 2 years. He thought Dylan was throwing his life away. And so, Dylan Wang, the man millions would come to adore, began his career not with applause, but with heartbreak. His early modeling gigs, reality shows, and acting auditions were pursued in the shadows of family disappointment and emotional isolation. He didn't tell us when he got the role in Meteor Garden, she confessed. I found out through a neighbor. She saw the poster at a bus stop. When the show aired and Dylan became an overnight sensation, the family dynamic shifted, but not in the way you might expect. We were proud, yes, she admitted. But it also made everything harder. Suddenly, the world wanted a piece of him. And he started to drift. The confession turned even more intimate as she revealed details of the pressure Dylan faced behind closed doors. The training, the dieting, the sleepless nights. The physical and mental toll the entertainment industry took on someone so young and emotionally unprepared. He called me one night at 3 a.m., she said, tears brimming in her eyes. He was in a hotel room after filming. And he just said, "Mom, I don't know who I am anymore." For years, Dylan's mother said nothing. She watched from the sidelines as fans celebrated his every move, his every relationship rumor, his every magazine cover. But behind the scenes, she watched her son struggle silently with identity, loneliness, and the expectations of millions. Then came the breaking point. It was late 2023 when Dylan collapsed from exhaustion during a private event. The incident was never reported publicly. No headlines. No social media mentions. But for his mother, it was the final straw. "I flew to him that night," she said. "He was pale, thin. He looked like a stranger. And I thought, I've lost him." That was the moment she decided to speak out. Not for attention. Not for drama. But because she wanted people to see the boy behind the celebrity. The human behind the idol. Her confession was a plea, not just for understanding, but for compassion. He gave up everything, she said. His youth, his health, his privacy. And all for people who would never truly know him. In her voice was no anger. Just love. Fierce, maternal, aching love. She also revealed something unexpected. Dylan's original plan had been to leave the industry after Meteor Garden. He wanted to do one project, she shared, and then go back to school. But the fame came so fast. The contracts came faster. And suddenly, he was too deep in. He never left. And the industry never let him go. As the confession concluded, one final truth was laid bare, one that changed everything fans thought they knew. When he performs, she said, he isn't playing a character. He's surviving. Every smile, every pose, is a piece of armor. And I worry one day he won't be able to carry it anymore. Her final words echoed like thunder. "I love my son. But I don't recognize the world he lives in anymore." And just like that, silence. In the days following the confession, social media lit up. Hashtags trended. Fans reacted with shock, sorrow, admiration. Some praised her bravery. Others questioned the timing. But one thing was undeniable, the narrative had shifted. Dylan Wang was no longer just a star. He was a son, a person, a soul. So what happens now? Insiders say Dylan was taken aback by his mother's public admission, but not angry. In fact, he's reportedly taking time off. Stepping back. Reassessing his path. And maybe, just maybe, rediscovering the boy who used to whisper lines to himself in the dark. This story is a reminder. Behind every perfect photo, every glamorous event, every polished interview,